Good morning again, everyone. Today is Sunday, November 16th, and today we welcome you to GuesstiMania. If this video is choppy, I don't give a crap, and I'm resuming. So you'll have to listen to it choppy or not. All right. Anyway, Bitcoin. What do we got here? We got 95K up in her. Yeah. Crap. We were at 96, and then boom. Yeah. Anyway, looks like audio is good. Audio is good. Thank you all for confirming. I appreciate that. So I'll try to get back to where we were, what we were trying to do before, right? Because it's GuesstiMania. What we do in GuesstiMania is we guess what the YieldMax ETFs are paying, right? There's a lot of them. There's a ton of them. Some of them are doing a reverse split. I know that because when I go to social media, I see a bunch of wah. And I get it. I get both sides, so don't worry. All right. Anyway, distribution schedule for Group 1, today's November 16th. Declaration date for Group 1 will be November 18th, right? Tuesday. Then ex-dividend date be the Wednesday. And then payment date will be the Thursday. That's for Group 1. That's for Ulti and the other suckers. And then we got Group 2. These are basically the individual underlyings, the covered call ETFs, they call them, right? They'll declare on the 19th, which is the Wednesday, of course, and then ex-dividend date the Thursday, and then payment date on the Friday. Again, payment date is up for debate, right? It's all depending on your brokerage, of course. All right, let me get to this file. I think it was set up. My 3-year-old got into the room this morning and just started going haywire, hitting buttons. So I hope nothing got screwed up. We shall see. You can never hide the freaking laptop from the child. The child will find anything. All right, so everything's synced. I'm gonna I didn't actually make a video for YieldMax on Saturday, but let's just take a look at some of the drops, throughout the week. Let's look at the last 2 days. Pretty rough out there, man. MSTR dropped 7, then dropped 4. Misty dropped 6, and then about 3.9. NVIDIA dropped 3, went up 1.7. NVIDY dropped 2.5, and then went up 1.5. So not bad. Coin went down 6. Coney went down 5. That's weird. Coney did not move on the Friday, but coin went up 0.3. Tesla tanked on the Thursday, right? They went down 6. TSLY pretty much went down with it. Went down 6.2. Palantir, let's see how they did. They went down 6.5. Platey went down 5.9. Palantir went up on the Friday, 1.09. We went up 0.81. So anyway, whatever. We're not here for that. We're here for GuesstiMania. All right, so let's get to it. Don't just stand there. Let's get to it. Strike the pose. There's nothing to it. All right, so here is, I did a video on the reverse split. So if you want to talk about that, that's fine. You just got to go to the video, all right? I already did it. We talked about it. Here's the file. I logged it all. Here's the groups that are doing, 1 for 5. Boom, boom, boom. And then right below that, these are doing 1 for 10. Boom, 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 boom. And then don't worry, I'm doing my guesstimate, and I will include what the post-reverse split will be. The post-reverse split payment will be. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. Are we choppy yet? Are we going back to choppy? I guess I'm gonna have to I don't know, reboot every morning, and I need to clear. I don't know. The problem is the entire family's awake using something involving the internet, and we I don't know. You know how it goes. Video games, TV, iPads, the whole 9. All right, so let's see what we got here. I'm gonna have to zoom out. I tried to do 200. I can't do it, guys. We got to do 150. All right, so what do we got? What do you do? What do you say? YMAX. I'm not even gonna try to guess YMAX anymore based on what they pay. I'm just guessing myself. I'm going 14 cents. That's a 67% guesstimate yield. They dropped 66 cents this past week. YMAX, same thing. I'm just giving them 15 cents. Again, their last payment was 17. Little drop there, 53% yield there. Again, they dropped 58 cents this week. Okay, Ulti. So Ulti paid 6 cents last week. I'm going to pull up their funds. I wanted to talk about that because they did make some changes, right? I don't know. Everyone's been talking about it except me. I didn't get a chance, but they're going, we'll say they're getting soft, right? They're getting soft. They're getting the lower implied volatility here. So what are they doing? Well, look at this, buddy. Meta, what are you doing in here? You're not a degenerate. Oh, I missed Costco. What are you doing, Costco? You're just chilling here, hanging out. You know, we got all these degenerates. We got Cypher Mining, and then you got Costco. Like, what the hell? But basically, oh, there's Google up there. Hey, Google, yeah. So what these suckers are going to do, they're going to stabilize Ulti just a little bit. They're going to lower the distribution probably, but they should help stabilize the fund. Again, they're going to do options on the stable funds, of course. So they're gonna produce a yield from them. But you can see, I highlighted NVIDIA, but I was kind of hesitant. They're kind of half and half because they're a great company, obviously one of the biggest companies, but they're volatile, So I do think they belong in here normally. I like SoFi's in here, but again, look at this. SoFi's freaking 72%. Who else we got in here? Any goody two shoes? Yeah. So here's more Costco. Goody two-shoe company, right? Typically, we're degenerates. We don't invest in Costco. I'm kidding. You should. Costco is always busy all the time, every single freaking day. I mean, Costco is a no-brainer investment for me. Google, yeah, Google. Everyone's freaking Googling it. We're on YouTube right now. Google, right? So Meta, yep, Meta. Freaking Facebook. People love their Facebook. NVIDIA, yep. All right. So again, you see kind of the IV maybe slowly dropping. Normally it was around the 80s, but 71% is still pretty damn good. Anyway, that being said, the guesstimate yield based on a 71% implied volatility would be 5 cents, but that would round up to 6. I'm going to give them 6 cents. They paid 6 cents last week. They're going to pay 6 cents again this week. If this was post reverse split, again, they're doing a 1 for 10. Which means obviously your price, your share count will go from, if you own 10, then you'll own 1. So instead of getting 6 cents for each of the 10 shares, you'll get 60 cents for the 1 share. All right. I don't know why people think, oh my God, what's going to happen with the distribution? Well, obviously your distribution is going to go up, right? The price of the underlying is going to go up. So, it's correlated, right? So just keep it simple math. Times it by 10. That's about what you're going to get. Again, I don't even know if they're going to pay 6 cents this week, but if they did, and if this was post reverse split, you'd get 60 cents, brah. Okay, Cletus. All right, so I'll do all the math in later on. Again, the reverse split's going to happen, November 28th or something, and then be effective in December 1st. But yeah, we'll keep an eye out for that, Chico. Okay, Chico. All right, feet. What did this change? No, this did not change. All right. So I went to check what Feet owns. Feet actually still owns the same crap, right? They own Platey, they own AMD, they own HOOY, they own Netflix, they own Reddit. That's Reddit, right? Reddit. That's people are probably flipping out. Reverse split on Reddit. But anyway, if I add up all those distributions from last week, I divide by 5 and multiply by the holding percentage, which is like 98%, I get 7 cents. So that is a 7 cent distribution. No, that's not right. What the hell am I doing? Divide by 5. What the hell did I do? Times holding percentage. I thought this looked good yesterday. Because when all right, let's see, what the frick is Feet? Too many damn funds. I'm losing my mind. This choppiness crap better not happen tomorrow on the morning show. I'm going to cry. All right, where's Feet? Did I see Feet? All right, smelly ass freaking Feet. Where are we at? Yeah, the holding percent. There we go. GuesstiMania. So we added up those amounts. Oh, I resorted it. I got to stop doing that. All right. Everyone, feel free to punch me in the face. I deserve it. All right. I did this last week too. It's because it gets freaking messed up when you, anytime you filter, you know. All right. Give me a sec here. That's 3, 4, one more, 5. All right. There we go. All right. So 51 cents. That's what we're looking at. 51 cents would be a wowza, a 93% yield. Probably too high, to be honest. You know, we probably, well, they did pay 52 prior, but I don't know. By the way, how did they perform last week? They went down $1.66, about 5%. All right. And, you know, overall, actually, if we look at all the gain percentage, the one that got hit the most, LFGY. Of course, we know why. Crypto freaking funds. Crypto's getting their ass kicked. But down 11.5%. Wow. And then the number 2, Ulti, unfortunately, got whooped as well. But hopefully, yeah, with the new changes, maybe Ulti will do better. I don't know, man. Reverse split, it's like a redo, right? Restart. All right, anyway, so 51 cents on feet, 29 cents on 5E. Why 29 cents? Because they hold about 60%. So I take this amount, I multiply it by like a percentage of whatever the holdings are, which is around the 60% range. And then I get 29 cents, and that would be a 45% yield. Again, maybe on the high end, what they pay last week, 31. Maybe not. We'll see. All right, LFGY, keep it simple. They paid 50 cents last week. Their IV is showing 43 cents. I'm going to give them a 47 cent payer. That's an 85% yield. GPTY, they paid 32 cents last week. I'll give them 33. Even though their IV estimate is 42 cents. I mean, they dropped $5 though. So it's hard for me to give them a freaking distribution raise, right? I can't do it. I'm not doing it. 33 cents. That's what you're getting. Oh, well. SDTY, 24 cents. So that's a 27% yield. QDTY, 31 cents, 36% yield. RDTY, 40 cents, 50% yield. I always skip through them really quick because, again, you know, I don't, you know, they are what they are. They are what they thought we were. All right, Chippy, 46 cents. They paid 45 last week. Their IV, though, implied. Yeah, their implied volatility is 49. That's kind of low. But even with that, that's a 52-cent payment. I'm not giving them a raise, though, man. They dropped $3. Salty, look at Salty, brah. You know, people complain about Ulti. Salty went up $1.50 last week, man. $1.50. So guess what? It shorted some scrubs, and you know what? It worked. It freaking worked. So I like a lot. And that's with the distribution drop. Because again, I don't add it back. So by the way, the distribution was what? 58 cents. 58 cents last week. So they actually went up $2 if you think about it. So nice job for Salty. But anyway, I'm going to give them a 63-cent payment. That's a raise from last week because, hey, they did good. They did better. And that would be an 84% yield up in her. All right. Does that make sense? Are we good so far? All right, anyone there? Is everyone here? We got 203 people on YouTube and X combined. If you guys type in the live chat, I will see it. So feel free to chime in. Say I'm wrong, do whatever you want. I don't really care. All right. So these, again, when we get to the covered call ETFs, what we do is we only go, you know, I only do them from scratch on the top select, and then the rest we'll just skim through really quickly. All right. Because we don't have all day, right? We got to get our asses outside and go for a run. That's what we got to do. So that way we can eat like fat asses later. All right, Misty, how you doing? Well, let's see how much they made this week. All right, they made 44 mil up in her. They made about 16 cents per share. All right, let's keep that in mind. Let's go back to GuesstiMania. And let's see. They made 16 cents. They paid 16 cents last week. So that's good. They're showing, though, based on the IV. Holy crapola. The IV of MSTR is 79%. Of course, because it is, because it's a freaking sell-off. But Oh man, that's nice though. All right, so what are they going to pay? IV estimate shows 12 cents. They made 16. I got to go in the middle, right? Got to give them 14 cents. Let's see what that looks like. That looks like a 91% yielder. People asked, why is Misty not doing a reverse split? Well, I don't know, bro. Maybe MSTR is going to moon soon, right? Maybe they know something we don't know. I don't know. What do you think? What do you do? What do you say? All right. Anyway, let's go to NVDY. How you doing, NVDY? Ooh, what do we do? What do you do? What do you do? Here we go. Do. Nope, they lost money. Again, this is just realized income or realized outgo, right? It's not, does not consider any unrealized gains, like in the synthetic, if there's unrealized gains and whatnot, or, you know, any of the covered call positions that are unrealized. So it's just the actual taxable events for this week. All right. Keep that in mind. All right. So since they did not make any realized income per share, we have to default to the IV, 50% IV. All right. That would pay a 14-cent distribution. What they paid last week, 14 cents. So you know what? I'm going to make it easy. I'm going to give them 14 cents. What do you think about that, brah? All right. How did they do for the week? They went down 54 cents. All right. Or 3%, 3.3%. I should hide. I'm gonna hide this. It's kind of in the way, actually. That way, because we want the gain. We want the gain percent, brah. All right. We want the gains, brah. All right. So let's take a look at TSLY. TSLY, how you doing? No, how you doing? Let's see. Did they make money this week? Let's see. They made $16 million or 10 cents per share. All right. 10 cents. All right. Do you have any cents? You have 10 cents. We'll see. We'll see. What did they pay last week? They paid you 9 cents. Okay. That's good. That's good. What is the IV estimate? 7 cents. How much did they go up or down in share price? They went down 72 cents or 8.7%. So will they give you 10 cents? No, I don't think so. Although keep this in mind on any of these reverse split items. They're going to reverse split anyway. So why not just pay whatever the hell you want to pay, right? Right? It's going to jump up anyway in price. So yeah, you could see TSLY. I have a new column here, reverse split column, which is temporary. They're going to do a 1 for 5. All right. So whatever I type in here to the right, this is going to multiply it by 5. So what are we giving TSLY? We have the options. We have 3 options: 7 cents, 8 cents, or 9 cents. Does anyone want to guess? Again, we have people here live, 235 to be exact, on YouTube and X. So, you know, it would be helpful if you guys did some work for once, you know, instead of just yip yapping to each other. What are we doing here? 7 cents, 8 cents, 9 cents. Come on, Sunita. Come on, Mike and Venus. Come on, Venus. What do you think? 7 cents? I think 8 cents. What do you think? Right in the middle, 8 cents. Although they could give 9. Or does anyone not give a crap? All right, Wolf wins. Wolf said 9. I'm giving him 9. See, you guys are too slow. All right, I'm moving on to Coney. Let's see. What did Coney do? Did they make any freaking money this week, brah? Let's check it out. Here come the payment. Here come the comments now. I know we're kind of on a delay, so I'm bitching for no reason. All right, Coney, how you do? Oh, damn. Coney made 24 mil up in her. That's 12 cents per share. Again, this is realized income. Realized income, probably mostly from the cover calls. You know, when the stock could go down, cover call, you know, profit. So let's see. All right. So how did Coney do on the percent? They went down 10%. So not a great week. Again, that does not include, I'm not adding back the distribution. So keep that in mind. All right. So they made 8 cents. I'm sorry. They paid 8 cents last week. The IV is showing 6 cents. And they made 12 cents per share. So they are also on the reverse split party. They're doing a 1 for 10. So I'm going to be a little more generous. I'm going to at least give them, I want to give them 8 cents. I'm going to give them 8 cents again. All right. We're kind of matching. We're matching what they paid last week. That would be an 80% distribution yield. All right. What do you guys think of that? What do you say? All right. Platey is still hovering above $50. Again, they launched at 50. This is one fund you really can't be mad at. Depends where you bought it, of course. All right. Let's see here. Did Platey make money? Yep. Of course they did. They're freaking Platey, brah. All right. They made 7.3 mil. That's about 65 cents per share. Per, like a kitty cat. Per share. All right. So what they pay last week? 83 cents. All right. Their IV is showing to be 60 cents. Based on their IV, 60-cent payment. They paid 83 last week. And they made, what did we say? We forgot already. We can't think. 65 cents. All right. So I don't know. Did they go up in share price this week? Absolutely freaking not. No one did, right? They went down 9%. I don't know, man. It's a toughie. We're going to give them something, a little something, maybe in the middle, maybe 68. What's a 68 center? What do you guys think? 68 center would be a 63% yield. That's pretty. It's so pretty. You're so pretty. What did they pay before? What? Damn. 121, 80. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. You know what? We also. Oh, I changed my mind. I'm going to give them the 71 cent. 71 cent. You getting 71 cent, brah. That is a 65% yield. Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Who's leaving? LA's leaving. LA, where are you going? You can't leave. You can't leave. You can't leave. All right. Have a good day. Don't forget to check out LA's premiere, 7:30. Hopefully I don't overlap it. If I do, you guys can yell at me. All right. AMZY, how you doing? Well, actually, no, I blame the popcorn, right? The snap crackle pop from before. I would have been on freaking time. All right. AMZY, how you doing? Let's see. They made 25 mil. Just a cold 25 mil. AMZY. All right. That comes to $1.18. $1.18 per share. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. They must have cashed out a damn synthetic. So they're not paying you $1.18. So just get over that right now. Let's see share price appreciation or depreciation, I should say. They went down 74 cents or 5%. Not too damaging. But I'd like to think they're going to pay something. They're going to pay a little something. So 2 weeks ago, they paid 29 cents. 1 week ago, they paid 10 cents. Like, what in tarnation? That is a big gap. So I want to give them, why don't we give them something in between, like a 20 center? You know, they deserve it. You know, they did make a lot of money in the synthetic. So I know they're not going to pay the synthetic. Yeah, sure, whatever. But 21. I don't care. I'm giving them 21. What do you guys think? Anyone here still? AMZY, let's see what their share price is sitting at. $14. Again, stable underlying. Says it all, man. Says it all. Amazon's not doing anything crazy. They're not jumping up or down too crazy, right? Maybe on earnings, maybe sometimes, but normally they're just chilling, man. They're just chilling. So, you know, their strategy, it does work well, you know, with funds that just chill. All right, AMDY. AMD does not just chill. So let's check out this one. Let's see what they made for the week. They made nothing. They lost 18 mil. So we cannot use that. Again, that's realized losses, of course. They paid 14 cents last week. What's the IV? The IV is 55%. They went down in share price, only 0.96. Wow. That's actually not bad. Wow. Okay. So again, they paid 14. Oh man, they pay a lot of money usually. So you don't want to give them 9 cents. I'm going to give them 11 cents. 11 cents kind of in the middle. That would be a 61% distribution yield. Distribution. All right. All right. Let's look at HOOY, another dominator. Look at this, sitting at $56. How they do this week? Not good. But this is my fault because I invested in Robinhood with Roddy. So of course Robinhood's going to go down. All right. They went down 9%. Yeah, rough one. Rough. All right. So let's go look at HOOY and see if they made any freaking money. They had a realized loss of about 2 mil. So that's really nothing in the scheme of things. So let's go back to GuesstiMania tab. And we can look at their IV. Their IV is 68%. Very, very nice IV. The IV estimate based on that, 74 cents, which is less than what they paid last week. Last 2 weeks, $1.25, 92 cents. I mean, I don't think we're going to get 92 cents again. I don't think we're going to get 74 cents. So I'm going to give them the 80-cent range, 83. Yeah, 83. That's nice. Very nice. Yeah, 85, 85, 85. We're feeling generous. 78% yielder. All right, GDXY, another good fund. Underrated. Underrated. All right, so they paid what, 13 cents the last 2 times. Let's go see over here. GDXY, they made 7.9 mil. They made 61 cents per share. Underrated. All right, so what are they going to pay? Well, based on the IV, they're going to make, or they're going to pay 12 cents. No way. No way. They're going to pay more. All right, they went down only 0.69%. Damn, gold. You hanging in there, brah. All right, so we're going to give them a raise. We're going to give them a raise to what? What is GDXY going to pay? All right, anyone here know? Does anyone want to help? Come on, Cletus. Come on, Cletus. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Anyone, any takers, GDXY? This is a community show after all. We go live, so you guys can participate or do all the work for me. We have 308 now. We're getting there. People are waking up. And no one wants to guess on GDXY. No one's brave enough. I know some of you own it and love it, and not enough people talk about it. And look, 15 bucks, holding strong. They launched at 20. Not bad, not bad. All right, I'll guess it myself, but I'm going to give them, let's check out 16 cents. Let's see what that looks like. That looks like a 52% yielder. You got to think they're going to get a little something, give them a little something. But, I don't know, man. A1 says 12, but he did not put the decimal in front. So maybe he says $12. All right, so $12, that would be a 3,944% yield A1. All right. All right. All right. So what are we giving them? We're going to give them 16 cents, they say? Yeah, 16 cents, 52% yield. All right, SMCY. What can we say about this one? They've been getting their butts kicked. So let's hope they did well this week. They did not. They had a realized loss of 45 mil, probably from the synthetic, maybe. Yeah, probably. Because there's no way they lost in the covered calls. But let's see. They paid 33 and then they paid 21 cents. All right. Their IV is 71. So that is beautiful. And their IV estimate based on that is 14. But so they're going to have a decrease in payment for sure. I think it's not going to be 14. It could be 16, 17 cents. Let's just try 17. That would be an 85% yielder. Let's see how they did this week, though. They went down 11%. So, again, if you're an SMCY holder, you're like crying inside. I do not blame you. I do not blame you. All right, let's go look at Guey. All right, just Google it. Google it. All right. Let's see if they made money. We're getting there, guys. We are getting there. All right. Oh boy. All right. They made 48 million. Oh my goodness. 336 per share. Guey has been dominating lately. I don't know if anyone notices it, but they're whooping ass. Secretly whooping ass. All right. So what do we got here? They went down 4% this week. Of course, that's expected. It was a bad week for everyone. They're gonna give you a raise. All right. Their last 2 payments, 28 cents and then 9 cents. They're going to be in the 20 range. Let's see, 21 cents. What does that look like? That's a 77% yield. Again, let's go back and see how much they made per share. 336. You got to give them something, right? Can't give them freaking 8 cents. Should I give them the 20s or the teens? I don't know. I think Guey's going to be a surprise for this week for sure after that big cash out. Oof. There's always got to be a surprise eye opener, but I don't know, man. It's tough. I'm leaving. I'm leaving it. That's where I put it in, so I'm not going back. Okay. All right, let's move on. Appley. All right, let's see if Appley made money. What do you guys think? Appley, here we go. $308,000. Or 3 cents per share. Yeah, thank you very much. All right, so let's go to GuesstiMania. And oh my God, Apple went up this week in share price. And that is with the drop in distribution. Yeah. Good job, Apple. See, stable fund. Yeah. All right, so their IV is 23. That sucks, but you know, based on that, 6 cents. They paid what, 6 cents last week. They went up 7 cents. I'm gonna give them 7. I'm gonna give them penny raise. They earned it. They earned it in my book. That's a 26% yielder. Open her. All right, all right. So yeah. Sunita's leaving now. You know, you people, I don't know about you people here. Where you going? It's too early. You got to stay. Have your coffee. All right, Phoebe, how you doing? Let's see. We got 1.1 mil. That's 9 cents per share. Not bad, Phoebe. Let's see how you doing over here. 9 cents. They paid 9 cents last week. They went down in share price this week, 3%. Kind of expected. I'm going to give them 9 cents again. We like the 9 cent range. Let's pay 9 cents again. Let's do it. All right. Good. All right. MSFO realized 5. Let's see. MSFO, they did not have a realized income, but they barely have a realized loss. So again, who cares? No biggie there. Share price. Wow. They stayed flat, but they actually went up if you think about it, because they did pay a 10-cent distribution last week. So the share price did drop by that. So they went up. Woohoo! All right, so they paid 10 cents last week, not 9 cents the week before. Ivy showing 7. I'll give them 9. I'll give them 9 cents. That's a 27% yielder. All right, the last one we're guessing live. Then we'll just read through the others. Is Nefly? How you doing, Nefly? Let's see. Oh, that's the only white one, right? Yeah, buddy. All right, let's see. Oh no, realized loss. Oh well, it's okay, buddy. We'll get them next time. Buddy. All right, let's see. Up share price. They went down 1.7%. Not bad for Nefly. Not bad. So they went from 12 to 8. IV payment showing 8. I'm gonna give them 9. I'll give them a penny raise because that's how I am. I'm a generous man. All right, sound good? Great. All right, so let's go through the others. We're gonna skim through fast. All right, we did Ybit. What the hell did we just do? No, we did not. We did freaking Nefly. Duh. All right. Anyway, here we go. Ybit, 8 cents, 54% yield. Murney, 2 cents. Again, real quick to the right. This is the post reverse split amount. Again, as if the reverse split already happened. Because yes, you will get paid more money. You'll have less shares, but you'll get paid more money on an individual share basis than what you are now, of course. If that makes sense. All right, Murney, 2 cents, 68% yield. SNOY, 16 cents, 55% yield. OARC, 7 cents, 47% yield. TSMY, 12 cents, 40% yield. AIYY, 3 cents, 79% yield. MARO, 22 cents, 105% yield. JPMO. It's in the game. 8 cents, 26% yield. I just realized I have to lock in the freaking the values up on the group one. I got to do that right after this. Winter, 85 cents, 120% yield. Babo, 16 cents, 58% yield. Carvani, 40 cents, 64% yield. XYZY, 8 cents, 59% yield. Zomo, 6 cents, 26% yield. Fiat, oh yeah, 6 cents, 116% yield. PP, 7 cents, 39% yield. Berkshire, 16 cents, 17% yield. By the way, Berkshire, look what they paid last week. 40 cents. Did you see this? Oh my goodness. Crazy. All right. RDYY, 50 cents, 69% yield. Disso, 5 cents, 21% yield. AMDY, 7 cents, 38% yield. Dr. Dre said 35 cents, 59% yield. Robley, 39 cents, 53% yield. Circo, 46 cents, 85% yield. GMEY, 50 cents, 64% yield. Crash, 6 cents, 103% yield. HIYY, 61 cents, 106% yield. YQQQ, 11 cents, 45% yield. By the way, they went up 22 cents this week. Dips, 10 cents, 98% yield. So that's all of them. That's all, folks. All right, so I just wanted to lock these in because, again, once I change the filters, these get all a little funky. So I want to lock in my guesstimates, even though they're probably wrong, right? And then these, those I typed them in. All right, so that's the update. I'm going to throw on some beats, do some Q&A, have a little party, and then we'll cut out of here, right? You know? All right. Any questions? Any questions? Need more singing? Yeah, for sure. We do. We just don't know what to sing, right? We got to sing. We got to sing, right? She take my money. Venus stays until the end of here singing and shout out. Damn, Venus wants a shout out every video. What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that? Tell DBC Dad to give Venus a shout. You know. All right, let's see. I heard Warren Buffett. I mean, does he really even do anything anymore? The guy is so damn old. It's hard to imagine he's even making decisions. I don't know. Maybe he's with it, but he's just too damn old in my eyes. I think it's his people around him, and it's been his people around him that have been doing the good work. Not to take any props away from him, right? These won't split until December 1st. Yeah, that's when it should reflect in your portfolio for the reverse split, that is, of course. A horse is a horse, of course. Do you guys have any thoughts on the guesstimates? Do you have any thoughts on the reverse splits? Are you excited? Are you sad? Are you pissed? Are you ready to scream? All right, so what do we got here? We got to update some stuff. So we're going to pick up the distributions now. One more column, right? So, this file is a beast of a beast. People wonder, they say, do you share this file? No. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. This file is too much. No, you don't want this file. Nobody wants this file. All right, so we're going to update the distribution formula for you guys. And then we're going to take a look at house money, see who's getting rather close to house money. Dippity-doo-dah, they're the last one, right? Yep. Dippity-doo-dah, dippity-day. All right, so we're going to sort by house money, and we're going to see. Oh, yeah, XYZY, they're going to be at 100% house money. However, their share price is at $6, so it's kind of a bittersweet accomplishment right there. Neply at 91%. They're not going to hit it this week, but they will soon. So Neply, Phoebe, AMDY, they're going to hit it within probably the next month or so. Maybe even TSLY. But again, TSLY's on now. It's second reverse split. So again, people are not going to be happy about it. But again, to be honest, like, what do you think? What do you expect? You honestly expect, it never to happen again? You see the fund dropping. You see where you're at. You're at $6. So, it shouldn't matter whether a company does, an ETF does a reverse or forward split. If you like the strategy, if you believe in the strategy, you believe in the fund, you believe in the underlying, you believe in the fund manager, then any type of damn split really should not matter. I know it's emotional. Believe me, people are probably like yelling at me right now inside. They're like, what are you talking about? Shut up, shut up. But it's true. It is true. It is true. It's true. All right. What's wrong with being old? I don't know. My belly. That's what's wrong. Never had a belly. My 20s, even my 30s. It's just, these 40s, man. What if you have an odd number of stocks? You'll get a cash. You'll get cash, bro. They'll put that in your account as cash. Buffett's bound. Yep. I really would not reverse split until. Yeah. No, I don't know. I mean, again, I don't really. Whatever. It's annoying to me. To be honest, I wish they did not, because now my whole spreadsheet's screwed up. But I'll live with it. All right, what do we got here? Yeah, 40s. 40s is. I know it's going to get more exciting, but hopefully I'll have more time as I get older. I don't know. If I'm retired. Cutter man. He's a cutter man fixer. He was the cutter man. Now he's the cutter man fixer. It doesn't do anything for you except give them more money. Well, it doesn't really give them more money. All right, so we have what, 332 people on YouTube and X. Do you guys have any questions related to that? Do you want to talk about the reverse split again? Do you want to, let's see, who actually, so let's take a look at this. Actually, let's sort by, I'm going to sort by current price. All right, so we'll do A to Z. So it's lowest at the top. So you figure the lowest prices would be getting reverse split, and it makes sense. All the 10s are at the top, right? 10s are at the top. Actually, let me put the price next to it. Here you go. So Murney, okay, that makes sense, right? And then we get to the 5s, okay. Yeah, but then there's a gap. Misty, PP, AMD, not part of the reverse split, but AMDY is. Why is AMDY part of it, but not AMDY, PP, and Misty? Again, it could have been when they filed for it, these funds would have been a much higher price, and they just tanked like disastrously. Again, who knows when they filed? Like last week. Although, did they file for it Friday? I don't know, man. But yeah, it's a little weird that these are not included. But you would like to think Misty's gonna freaking recover. But we keep saying that, and then MSTR, Bitcoin's going. What is Bitcoin at? You better be at 96 again. I'm refreshing this sucker. All right, at least they're trying to go up. Like, why? What is happening? Kind of annoying at this point, don't you think? All right, but what else? You know, all these suckers. You know, nothing else further down. But obviously, yeah, they're not going to reverse split these. These are, you know, up in price. Anything with the single digits, you know, are part of it, except Misty, PP, AMD, and hold on, that's it. Even SMCY, there was not part of it. Honestly, if I were them, I would have done SMCY because I just don't trust it. This thing's gonna have to be, you know, it's its underlying is nuts. So you got, you know, this thing will be under freaking $10 in no time. So, but anyway, let's see. Any comments? Granite shares are dropping also. Yeah. Well, they're gonna drop too, but at least there's a limit to what they drop. You know, I would worry about them more so when the recovery happens, because they're going to be capped on the recovery. It adds fixer on the YouTube for some reason. Well, you are the fixer-upper. Do I feel any remorse for covering these funds? No. Why would I feel remorse? Again, the whole point of this, me covering anything, is to explain how they work, right? Never would I give a recommendation to buy anything or do anything, right? It's just to help people understand how the funds work. So, you know, whether people disagree with it or not, you know, is a different story. So, take with a grain of salt. Filed Friday. Yeah, but I wonder like when they actually committed to it, because you figure they would have included Misty, PP, and AMD, right? I hope Ulti reset is stable after including mega caps. Maybe Sunday cereal. Keyword. Brother's telling me to end this. He's giving me the keyword already. Robin is a killer buy this week. Yeah, I think so. I think Robinhood is at a discount, but what the hell do I know? Nothing. I know nothing. All right. What else? Any other? Is there anything else we didn't cover? Earnings. Do we care about earnings this week? I guess we could take a look real quick. It is Sunday after all. So we go here. We go to stocks, earnings calendar. What is today? The 16th. So Monday the 17th. We got trip.com, Xpeng, AE.com. Okay, I don't care about any of these suckers. Tuesday, we got the Home Depot. We got PDD Holdings, Medtronic. I used to love Medtronic. Good holding. Who else? Futu. All right, let's keep going. What's Wednesday? Oh, boy. Oh, my God. NVIDIA could move the market. NVIDIA is announcing earnings Wednesday after hours. Are you ready? Boop, boop, boop. And Lowe's and Target and this and that and the other thing. All right, who's Thursday? Walmart. Walmart before the open. I wish more would do before the open. Everyone wants to shine after hours. Yeah, do before the open. How about Friday? BJ's? Okay, BJ's. All right. And that's it. That's it, Cletus. That's it, Cletus. Oh, yeah. And tomorrow morning, here you go. Don't miss it. Morning show with myself and, of course, Max Convexity. All right. Or also known as maximum convexity, or also known as the covered caller, right? Or also known as Mike. But either way, we'll be here at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning, live community Q&A. I hope to see you all here, especially you option bros. You may have a question for him. All right. All right. So let's go back to the chat, see if I missed anything. All right. Big day Wednesday. Yep. I can leave because Venus got her shout out. Yep. This too shall pass. NVIDIA is the big one. What do we got here? HD is the big one. Yep. Mikey Max. Problem with NVIDIA, even if they have good earnings, it won't go up. Well, it'll go up, to an extent. All right. What else we got here? Thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. All right. Any change to perspective to capture upside? What prospectus? Which prospectus? Ulti, maybe. I don't know. All right. Anyway, guys, I think we'll end it here. I got to get my ass out for a jog. So as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. And this video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, then I don't know what to tell you. Maybe next time. If you guys enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. Outside of that, I got nothing, but it's keyword time. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. And the keyword today is what? No Rice Krispies, I guess. Or how about max? Let's just do max. All right. Don't miss max. All right. Maximum convexity or the covered caller, whatever you want to do. I got to go. There's too much chaos here right now. And thank you for watching. Have a good day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Later.